Hi everyone, Yakety Thak here. I've been studying Gujarati now on my own for almost 2 weeks, I guess it is. It's irrelevant. I don't care anymore how long. I'm just continuously gaining and attempting to gain. One of the two are happening all the time, on purpose or not. This is what I'm really trying to keep as a routine for myself is that I'm singing currently right now a Gujarati nursery rhyme in Gujarati in my head as I'm making this video with you. And that's part of the learning process is to think in the target language. But some of the stages of how I'm doing this for Gujarati, the method I'm using, I call it accordioning, like an accordion, okay, with an ing at the end. And what I'm getting at is that I listen first, I read first, I watch first, and then I speak and I write second. So that initial stage for it, like I call it the input swell. Like in an accordion, when you pull it apart to draw in air, okay, that's the input swell in my brain, okay. And then after you've acquired all sorts of information, bits, words, visuals, whatnot, you exhale. Okay, you make the musical exhale, and this includes that you're writing down on paper. And what I did today, this morning, was I was writing in Gujarati characters, and you can see that there's a bunch that aren't very different from English, which is my native tongue. So it's definitely harder to pronounce them because there's many different pronunciations. It doesn't just go 51, 52, and then it's 61. Some of them are a bit different. They're not intuitive to an English speaker, a native English speaker, but I'm still, you know, exhaling. I watched a video, I wrote while the person's saying it, I pronounce it with them. I only watched it twice, but I already had some input to begin with because a lot of English alphabet numerals are Arabic characters, okay? And here's a side note that those borrowed from the golden period in Iran, which is like near Baghdad today, okay? In like 900, 1000 AD, that was the golden age of intelligence in that area that people just, that all of a sudden there was this huge input swell into that region. And then they started writing and sharing, and poof, the musical exhale came, and they started writing and talking to everyone else. All right, but what we have now is the third stage that they didn't have it as this technology, and that's to record yourself. After you do the first two stages, at some point, even if it's for a minute or one new word, record yourself. Even if it's only audio, record it. Okay, write it too if you can, if you want to, but always record yourself saying what you're studying. That's how you acquire it. I can hear somebody else pronounce something, how they say it, and then I'll say it. And as long as they understand what I'm saying, and I'm not writing an exam, I'm not writing down on paper, that's the conversational fluency that I'm attempting to acquire. And I believe that this method can function very, very well into having that happen for me. And another thing I think about the words and all the gains of what I'm from the language, okay? I'm the foundation. I'm not building a foundation in the language. I already have it. We're born with the foundation for any language. I'm the foundation. Each word that I acquire adds a brick to the house, and the house is my brain. All right, that's how I think about it. Now, any unused words, as in I took French for almost 7 years in Ontario schooling in Canada, and I don't use it. It's been a long time since I've spoken conversationally in French, and I tried a couple days ago, and it was weird because it was like there was a buried filing cabinet in the corner of my house, and the Gujarati started it started swelling before I made an exhale. So I didn't have any more room for input. My brain told me in a weird roundabout way. So I put on a movie from Netflix in French audio and subtitles. And all of a sudden it was like, oh, here's that file we were looking for, that whatever, and I opened the drawer. And then all of a sudden I'm following along. The longer the movie goes on, the more files have been undusted. That's why I started writing the Gujarati down this morning, because I had a musical exhale that was required. And the more I'm able to in a day, the sooner I will gain the conversational fluency in that target language. And I took my ego out of it because it was nursery rhymes that really, really made the click happen for me. I started really grasping from the wheels on the bus, sang in English and then Gujarati, and I followed along with the kindergarten preschool lady singing it. And it was such a joy to learn the language in such an infantile manner. It became very easy. All of a sudden, I had these little bricks. And then when I want to learn larger words, more difficult words, whatever you want to call it, the nuances where I started building a fireplace, and then I put a sconce on my Gujarati wall inside my house. If you understand what I'm saying, keep following whatever strategies work for you. These have seemed to work for me, and I'm confident within a 3 month period that I'd be able to have a conversational fluency in almost any language with this method.